Hello everyone, how you doing today? I am back with a very special video for you all. If you've been following this channel for a while, then you probably know that Silver the Hedgehog is my favorite Sonic character. Nay, my favorite video game character. Now, you might not know that Silver the Hedgehog almost had his own game back in the mid to late 2000s. And the reason you might not know that is because there's absolutely zero information on it, and we can't even be sure it was actually a Silver the Hedgehog game. Or if the game even really exists. Essentially, the story goes that Pete Capella, Silver the Hedgehog's former voice actor, once had a website where he listed projects he had provided voice work for. One of those listed projects was called Sonic the Hedgehog Awakening. This obviously led to some confusion because, well, that game doesn't exist. And since Pete Capella is the only person to ever acknowledge the existence of this game, many have speculated that the name Sonic the Hedgehog Awakening was simply the development title for a Silver the Hedgehog game. Now, to try and verify this, I looked into the development of Shadow the Hedgehog to see if it was also put into production under a different title, but alas, I could not find one. Now, that's not to say that this doesn't happen with games. Several games in the Sonic franchise alone have been known by multiple titles. As well as this, the title Sonic the Hedgehog Awakening definitely doesn't sound like a real title for a Sonic game. Even just Sonic Awakening would sound more legit, but even then the title still sounds more like a Sonic fanfic than anything else. So the idea of this simply being a development title does make sense. Maybe the name Awakening hints at what the game would be about. Perhaps this game would have been a proper follow-up to 06, where Silver recovers the memories he lost at the end of that game. An awakening of sorts. Now, granted, just because Capella is the only one recorded to be involved doesn't mean it would have necessarily been his game. But that being said, it's possible they wanted him in the booth to record lines for an early build of the game before they bothered to bring other people in. This makes sense, especially when you consider the ultimate fate of the game. Unfortunately, this is all speculation because, as I said before, we have little to no info on this game. Unlike other cancelled titles like Sonic Extreme, we've never seen any screenshots or videos of how far they got, and no one at Sega has ever said anything regarding the game. For all we know, the game doesn't even exist, and this was just a mistake on Capella's website. Maybe this was a placeholder for Rivals 2 or Black Knight, other Sonic games which Capella worked on. But even then, that's just speculation. It seems like Pete himself is the only person who knows anything concrete about this game. So I decided to ask him about it. Yeah, he didn't have anything to add. Seems like a nice guy, though. I would have pressed and asked if he was ever in the booth, but I feel like if that did happen and he was at liberty to share that information, he probably would have. It's possible that Sega just told him that the game was happening and he preemptively put it on his resume, despite them ultimately deciding not to do it. So I guess that the only people who would know about it are the creatives at Sonic Team. So I tweeted at Sonic Team. No, I didn't. So, this is all we've got. I will say that his word choice of "it never happened" at least suggests that it did exist as an idea at some point and this wasn't simply a mistake on Capella's website. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like if that was the case, his response would be more in the vein of, "That doesn't exist, what are you talking about?" Although, again, I guess if this video accomplished anything, it dispelled the myth that he ever recorded lines for it, because I'm sure I'm not alone in thinking that was the case. However, then the question becomes, was this ever a Silver the Hedgehog game? Or was it simply going to be the next Sonic game and Capella was just the only one to spill the beans? That's a complicated question. On the one hand, I'd like to say it was likely the second one. However, the fact that only Capella was talked to about this could mean that Sega approached him directly about it since he would be the one voicing the main character. However, I have a different theory. What if Sonic Awakening was the Sonic 06 sequel we never got? After all, Sonic 06 introduced a lot of new ideas. New designs, new characters, new locations. It was meant to be a soft reboot of the franchise. They've even said as much. So you can't tell me that had the game not been received the way it did, that they wouldn't have tried to build off of it. Perhaps Sonic Awakening was meant to be the SA2 to 06's SA1. Then Capella's involvement still makes sense. The theme of Awakening could maybe have to do with all of them regaining their memories, not just Silver. And then the fact that Sonic's whole name is in the title makes a lot more sense. Remember, Sonic 06's real title is Sonic the Hedgehog. So Sonic the Hedgehog Awakening makes perfect sense when you consider they're just building on the title of the first one and trying to make it very clear that this is the sequel to the other. You know, kind of like a The Avengers and The Avengers Age of Ultron type situation. Also, if Sonic Awakening was a Silver the Hedgehog solo game and it was pitched to Capella as such, why wouldn't he just put it down as that on his resume? Even if that was the development title, that's not the point of a resume. That leads me to believe that the name Sonic the Hedgehog Awakening was the exact name that this game was planned to have when it shipped to stores. But then that still begs the question, what happened to it? Well, sadly I think we all know the answer to that. While 06 wasn't nearly as big of a bomb financially as Boom, it still did a number on Sega's reputation, which is likely why we saw a number of massive changes to Sonic come in the following years. trying their damnedest to leave 06 in the past. But again, all this is simply speculation. Until someone at Sega says anything regarding the game, we don't have much to go off of. So I'm just saying, if any of you are at South by Southwest, the next time they're doing a Q&A with Izuka, maybe ask him about it. I don't know. Well, thank you for watching this. While we didn't get any concrete answers, I do feel like we have a slightly better idea of what Awakening probably was than before I made this video. But let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing, help grow the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.